Hey guys, it's Amy.
And Faith.
And welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking all about college. Essentially everything you need to know about college, what we learn in college, answering your questions about college. Are you ready?
Yeah. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we're also doing more back to school content, so stay tuned in. First, we're going to be answering your questions that you guys asked on Instagram about college, and then we're going to be talking about our advice. For those of you who are new here, we are going into our second year of college. We just finished out that first year and we go to Yale, and now let's jump into the questions. Best part of the college experience.
Best part of the college experience for me was definitely the people that you meet.
Are you scrunching down to my high? I'm not that sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry. You just meet so many different people than I feel like you would anywhere else. It's a variety of people. So.
That's true. I would say that's the best part as well. And you're also spending so much time with people, so you can develop really meaningful relationships.
Lasting relationships.
My girl, your face. What are must-dos for freshmen to help with the transition/freshman advice?
Talk to people who have already been through it.
They've been going.
Any type of advisor or some upperclassmen. I feel like most people are really willing to help freshmen because they've all been through it.
If you're a suite or living with someone else, you could always reach out to them beforehand, talk to them a little bit, just so you get to know them a little bit, you know?
Do things that you're really excited for. If you do stuff that you're only things that you're excited about or classes that you actually want to take, then you'll be more willing to put in the effort.
How is the adjustment to college?
It was kind of difficult for me, but I think it just depends on your own experiences in high school as well.
Yeah, I feel it depends on a lot of things, your personality, if you've been away before. I feel the hardest part for me with the adjustment was managing my time and creating that routine, especially because you have all this time to yourself. There's no one telling you what needs to be done. Skillshare is actually such a perfect resource in terms of making sure you have that schedule that works right for you. Thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community that has many classes to foster your passions and creativity. I absolutely love learning for the sake of learning and trying new things, as well as bettering myself, which Skillshare is all about. Skillshare definitely helped me in fostering my personal growth and developing my routine. I took Jeff Finley's Create a Perfect Morning Routine class and was able to apply that knowledge into my own personal life and tailor it to what works best for me. The transition into college is difficult. Skillshare is a great resource to help you find that routine that works best for you, and they also offer many classes on productivity and self-care, which are also very important as there's just so much going on in college. Skillshare also offers thousands of other classes ranging from art journaling and photography to cooking and planning, so there's something for everyone, and it's such a good place to ignite current and future interests. It's also very easy to sign up, and the first 1,000 people to click the link below will receive a 1-month free Skillshare trial, so you should totally sign up today and join me. Thank you again, Skillshare, for sponsoring today's video. How to reach out to people and make friends as a freshman. When you first get to college, you are in a dorm setting, so I feel it's really easy to meet people on your floor, people in your suite, depending on how your rooms are set up. So that's one way. Also, you meet a lot of people through classes, and then once you already have established friends or friends you've made at first, you can always meet more friends through them. I feel I met so many of my extended friends through my friends. You know what I mean? It's just you meet so many people through other people.
Make sure to be consistent with your friends if you want to maintain relationships instead of just meeting people and then
it's really overwhelming at first, right? You're you want to meet a lot of people, but then eventually you will find your group of people, and then you'd probably narrow down that circle. But yeah, it's very natural to meet a lot of people. You get used to it because everyone's in the same space trying to make friends. How is hookup culture / dating? You can take part in hookup culture if you want to. You do not have to. And I feel there's not really any pressure. It's kind of if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. Dating, let's just say men are not looking to date.
Yeah, I think a lot of freshmen are not necessarily looking for relationships right off the bat, and so if that's what you are looking for, then you might just need to be patient.
How do you find ways to have free time / fun with the workload?
I think it depends on your workload. I think studying with other people and working with other people is a good way to make working feel less like a hassle.
Yeah, I agree. I think working with friends is a lot of fun. Group study in a non-quiet place. No, that is not the place to get work done. Let me just put that out right here from my previous nights. But if you guys just go together to a silent place, I feel that's where you can do the most work effectively. I guess just being efficient with your workload workload. Like if you really need to get something done, just try to like crank it out. Obviously like take a break and stuff, and then having time, like you will definitely have a lot of time to socialize, especially
like
on the
meals,
weekends.
And meals is a really good way because you have to go eat with someone that you enjoy hanging out with.
Yeah, I feel like meals are like such a social activity, and it like doesn't have to be long depending on your schedule. Oh, biggest regrets in college?
No, like I don't. I guess okay. I have one. I'll say it.
Okay.
Do I say it?
Sure.
My biggest regret is probably thinking I have to get a lot done at a specific point, like the timeline, especially being like pre-med, taking a really STEM heavy semester. That was just not the right decision. I feel like a balanced schedule is the way to go.
True. I agree. Prioritize sleep more first semester. I think I got better, but like I would always like stay up so late with like some friends just like talking, and it was really fun. Then the next day I would really feel it. So you can still have those conversations just like earlier, I guess.
Yeah, and that's where the coffee addiction comes in.
Oh, not for me. Oh. How's the party/drinking scene?
It's there. Like, it's definitely there.
It's definitely there. I feel like other schools definitely have a bigger party scene. Like, we're only speaking from our own experience. Yeah, I mean, you can partake in it if you want. You don't have to. I feel like similar concept to, like, dating, hookup scene, you know? Parties are very frat-oriented, for sure. Like, most
Or, like, clubs. Sometimes we'll do, like, initiations.
There is, like, drinking.
It's definitely your choice. I don't think at any party you ever, like, feel pressure to.
Yeah, exactly. And usually people, like, pre-game before, and then there may be drinks there. Like, depends on the frat and the day. But the biggest flex I have is just pulling up to a party sober and, like, having such a good time with my friends and leaving. Like, I think that's so perfect. Honestly, like, just going out with your friends or just doing something fun with your friends is what it's all about, right? Hardest thing about college, I would say time management.
Definitely time management.
As well as, like, balancing your social life and, like, extracurriculars, whatever you want to do, can be a bit challenging. You seem to have a good friend group. How to make friends / is it easy to make friends? We kind of touched on that one a little bit.
My personal opinion, I feel like our college does a really good job of putting you into really small, different communities that you make friends with. That's how I think I made the most friends.
That's true. Like, through our, like, dorms and stuff, like, our entryways.
Pre-orientation programs.
In general, even if you're, like, not a freshman, it is pretty easy to make friends because everyone is generally friendly and you're always, like, meeting people throughout college. How to find a good friend group? Just, like, spending time and seeing who you really click with, who you want to, like, have a more, like, meaningful relationship with. Your most memorable day. We talked about this, actually.
Spring fling.
Yes. Spring Fling at our school is like our annual music festival. Like, a lot of colleges have music festivals. Japanese breakfast cake. That was literally peak.
Favorite.
Just a good time with friends. Like, dancing. Front row.
The energy, I feel like, was really good.
How does housing work / how was your rooming situation? The housing definitely depends on your college. Most common is like suites or roommate.
Sometimes
or
it's like
just
3.
single.
For us, it was a suite of 6 girls, and there's 2 doubles and there was 2 singles in our suite, and then restroom inside for all 6 of us.
And common room as well. Guess who got the single?
That was one of the best things. Like, that helped with my transition to college.
That's so interesting for you.
I'm so sorry.
That's so funny. How was our suite? Very interesting. That's one word to sum it up.
It wasn't perfect, and I don't think that you have to like go in and you're gonna be like, yeah, this is gonna be a perfect suite. We're all gonna be best friends. You know, some people do find that. For us, it just wasn't the best. You know, we met those people, we got to know them, and we figured out that that's just not what worked for us. And so now we're living with different people that seem to better like align with our
like more compatible. Like, everyone's obviously like super nice, like great people, but like some people like within our suite, like their personalities just did not mesh like at all. The compatibility factor.
There's rough patches, but you kind of just have to like work through them and talk about them.
Which college has the most cute boys and why is it Morse? That's a very specific question for our school.
Jacob. Okay. There's cute boys everywhere.
Of course.
Relax. Don't feel bad about yourself, King.
How much work is there compared to high school?
I think it's different because in high school you kind of have a lot of like smaller assignments, tests more frequently, like unit tests, like per chapter
we
or
always
something.
were like grinding out the test.
But in college you have like one big midterm or one big final or big essays like or papers.
I feel like the number of assignments you have in college are less, so it might seem like the workload is less. There's so much more like reading, especially if you're like humanities or like keeping up with like textbooks.
You have to like study as well sometimes. It's not just just like, okay, lecture and assignment.
What happens during move-in week? You move into college.
As a freshman, right?
I assume,
Assuming.
yeah. You move into your dorm, so you'll meet like your suite mates. There will be some orientation stuff for freshmen, pre-orientation. If you're like a sophomore or above like us, basically just the time to hang out with your friends before school starts.
Get settled in.
Make your dorm pretty, decorate it.
Buy your textbooks if you need to.
Preparing for the upcoming semester. It's really chill though. I really like it.
Yeah, I feel like that's my favorite like time. Low-key.
The 5 days we have. How are you such a legend?
Is that a question?
Yeah, that is a question.
Where?
Right here. You didn't believe it when someone called me a legend?
So sorry. I mean,
Thank you so much.
Call you their idol, so.
Oh.
So.
Oh.
Wait, how are you such a legend? Oh, you take that.
You just gotta be yourself. I love you so much, the person who wrote that. You know who you are. Is it more interesting than high school?
Definitely.
For sure.
Yes.
So much better than high school.
Classes you take are like your interests. You just find people that either have similar interests as you, and so then you can talk about a lot more things, or different and kind of help each other like learn about different things.
What is our study schedule like?
You go first.
Well, it entails us going to the library, me cranking out the work, Faith still grinding, and I just start editing my video because I have nothing better to do. No, editing video takes work. Oh, no, but I feel like it depends on the day. Typically, I always have like language homework pretty much every day, and then since I am humanities girl, you have a lot of like essays / reading, so I go to the library whenever I need to do work.
STEM classes are definitely a lot more structured in that, like, if you have quizzes, they're every week. If you have assignments, it's like every Tuesday. Kind of just work on those throughout the week, turn them in. Sometimes like studying before class is like very productive for me.
That leads us into our biggest takeaways. I feel like the biggest thing I learned in college was to manage my time. Now everyone be saying this, like everyone is like, you know, time management, but like literally it is so hard in college.
You're not in class all day and like trying to make that time be productive.
You don't have like such strict deadlines. I'm always like, let's go and hang out, let's do something, and then the whole day goes by. And obviously like normal, like you should take some days to like not do anything, but working on that balance was like very hard. I guess like trying to do your homework before social activities is helpful for that like sense.
My biggest takeaway from my first year was definitely try and have a balanced schedule. Like obviously managing your time is something, but like that becomes more difficult when your schedule isn't balanced, I feel like.
So just choosing like a wide variety of classes, interests.
Yeah, because some classes are definitely just more demanding than others.
And I think that depends on everyone's interests as well as like strengths and weaknesses too. My other biggest takeaway is taking time for yourself. It's something like you don't think you need to even like state, but then you realize like so much is going on right in college and be doing so many things with different people. It's so important to step back and take time for yourself. So that goes along with the balance. That can literally just be like eating alone, some hobby you do alone, like reading, whatever it may be.
Studying alone. Sometimes like you always like want to go study with a friend, but sometimes it's just better to go by yourself.
Oh, last thing you should do is sleep.
Yeah, I was gonna say sleep.
Oh. Telepathy.
The biggest takeaway, another big takeaway that I had was prioritizing sleep. It really makes a difference. You're just going to be more productive and more motivated to do all your work instead of like procrastinating because you didn't get enough sleep.
Sometimes you feel the need to finish something really late, right? So you can go to bed, but then you might like not get enough sleep. So the next day you'll be like tired the whole day. So it might be like slightly counterproductive, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And sometimes like if you stay up doing something, it's going to be lower quality than if you would have woken up to do it.
If you have a really bad workload, stressful week, whatever, you might not be like getting enough sleep, so weekends are a perfect time to catch up on that. Sleeping in too if you don't have a class,
Definitely,
you know,
sleep in when I get the chance.
Yeah, like I'd be calling you at 2 p.m. sometimes. I'm like, she is not asleep.
I am asleep.
You are. It's gonna be an issue next year.
Well, the good thing is like you can just know that I'm asleep and not wake me up.
So true.
Or you can wake me up.
So that basically wraps up the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out Skillshare. Sign up with my link down below. The first 1,000 people get a free month.
Like, comment, and subscribe, and leave any more questions down below.
Yes, bye! How to reach out to people and make friends as a freshman.
Get a friend like Amy. We'll do it for you.
Oh.
Introduce you to everyone.
Oh. How's hookup culture / dating? Well, we could say a lot about this one.
Can we? But we won't. Next question.
Biggest regrets in college?
Honestly,
Men.
I
Oh.
was gonna say I don't have any.
Got like deep or whatever.